Hello, everybody. Here we are on the Mr. C Dives In channel to discuss what was at the Elmhurst Art Museum, which is no longer an open exhibit at the Elmhurst Art Museum, the Alex Ross exhibit on Marvelocity. So this was an event that I attended back earlier in the summer, and the exhibit is tied together with the Marvelocity book. Let me start with the sleeve cover for Marvelocity because some of these same shots from the cover here are in the pictures that we will show that I saw at the museum at the exhibit. So here we go. A nice picture of Captain America throwing a shield right there. It says Chip Kid. And let's get a good close up. Jeff's Spear, introduction by J.J. Abrams. And then what's interesting about this cover, like sometimes you get a cover that folds out a little bit, but this cover is the gift that keeps on giving. So let's see what we got here. So here we're looking at some Fantastic Four, some Doctor Strange, Storm, Spider-Woman. It's even a little hard to maneuver because there's so many of the Human Torch. And then let me continue to unfold all the folds here. Here's a great shot of Luke Cage and the original Human Torch Marvel. And over here, I really like this rendering of Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, because her hand is partly invisible, so you can see through to see the face. I thought that was a really innovative way to go. And of course, right there, amidst the glare, is Doctor Doom. If we're going to flip around, but wait, there's even more. Doctor Strange navigating the giant size of this business here. The Phoenix from the X-Men, the Red Skull with the Cosmic Cube. What a great rendition of Ben Grimm, The Thing. And okay, I think that will be a little shot on Iron Man there. The Thing we do. Okay, so there is the cover of this book. Let me show this. So the sleeve cover, and then the actual cover is showing different renderings of the. So there's the classic Hawkeye, and then the newer Hawkeye, the original Iron Man, and then the newer Iron Man character, original Spider-Man, newer Spider-Man, and so on. Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel, right out here on the outside, and on the back, as you can see, Wolverine to Wolverine's daughter, Thor, Captain America to the Sam Wilson Captain America, Nova to Nova. So there's a lot in the book. It's a substantial work that covers a lot. The museum was only able to capture a decent segment of it, but there's a good giant man on the cover. Well, going through there's no way to cover all of this stuff because of the wealth of material that's in there. So let's take it for what we were able to see at the actual art show exhibit. One of the first things that's evident upon entry is this. I don't have the dimensions on it, but clearly you can see it's a good few feet tall Spider-Man image. One of the great features about what both the Marvelocity book and the Marvelocity Museum exhibit, it dug into Alex Ross's early history. So I'm pretty sure this was from when he was 6 years old. That's some pretty impressive material there. This is credited. At first, seeing them on the display, I thought, oh wow, he put his old Mego characters into the museum exhibit. But this is a combination of cloth material and paper. And first I thought maybe it's like a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll. But to be a young person and to be putting these images together that were important to him, that he saw in the comic books, this one is almost the same shot, but just sliding over one to see how he put Iron Man together with the Fantastic Four. This image is credited to Alex Ross from age 11. And I mean, that's, I'm still way past 11 and I don't have that kind of artistic ability. Let's see, what do we have in comments? We have, oh, hey, Michaela, glad to have you along. Happy Svengoolie Day. Happy Batman Day. It is Batman Day also, but definitely welcome everybody who's a Sven viewer or a comics fan, and it's great to have you along for the show today, Michaela. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, coming back to now, I like this side by side here. You can see the pencil work to then the completed painted work. This is the again the Android Human Torch, not the Fantastic Four Human Torch. So one of the first Marvel characters in Marvel Comics #1. Hence the name of the company changed from Timely and from Atlas to Marvel Comics based on this specific comic line in which the Android Human Torch was premiered. Okay, so this is like a Marvel's tryout page for a grown but younger Alex Ross. And then if we can look here, we can see some very detailed pencil work, and then we'll do a little bit of back and forth. So to the completed painting, and it from when I first learned of the art of Alex Ross to now, I remain completely impressed by how he's able to put everything together. So let's continue on. Here's a shot of Daredevil, with which gives a great line work there, indicating motion and speed, and as is replicated, as is often used in comic book panels to show the flow of motion of a character. Here we have a very intense image of Thor with the god of thunder, with the lightning crackling right out of the hammer. Next up, uh, very classic vintage Hulk to be showing Hulk carrying a tank right from the earliest days of the Hulk. That was one of the first things he would be going against was a tank, as he's gone against tanks many a time. And then just the intensity of the face, the facial muscles, everything. And here's another whole close up. So again, all very impressive stuff. Let me jump back over to comments for a second. Hey, Crafter, glad glad to have you along. If people haven't seen Crafter's latest material yet, Crafter just displayed, I believe it was just this morning, the fantastic car as designed by Paul of Laser Migo. So that was a pretty good episode that Crafter put out on his own channel this morning. And let me come to Michaela's comment. Yeah, so again, tying all the interests together, Sven Gulli, Rich Coes, and Alex Ross have a good history together. They've hung out. If you're looking around on the vintage YouTube clips, there'll be times where you will see Alex Ross throwing a rubber chicken at Sven, and definitely Alex Ross has used Sven Gulli in his DC publications and in his freestanding work also. So Fanboy, nice to have you along, pal. Good that you're here. And then Crafter is acknowledging he remembers the DC work. And yes, so the DC work on Kingdom Come was one of the things that put Alex Ross on the map, as was his Marvel work on this just plain old Marvels. And now more recently, right, we have the whole focus of what we're speaking on today, Marvelocity. The corresponding piece to Marvelocity would be the DC mythology, and these are two books that have come out in recent times, and they're both very worthwhile to look into. Okay, let me come. I'm trying to. Okay, let's come back to the pictures. All right, and where were okay, right there. So then there was Earth X, which was another major thing of the 1990s. Now this one, again, look at the staging, how the stage was set here, how this was seen. You can look right there. He's got some books in the foreground. It says Alex Ross in the studio, September 2017. So just again, the lighting capturing Alex Ross himself in the midground there in the green t-shirt, in a little bit of shadow and a little bit of light, but just the way his Captain America statue is casting the shadow on the back wall there. That's such a heroic pose, heroic image. And again, I'm sure Alex Ross himself had to have an influence on the lighting and the staging, the setup, the design of this photo. It's so well constructed. In addition to wall art, let me come on this side for a little while. In addition to the two-dimensional art, there were definitely some sculptures, and I think it said Mike Hill, so Alex Ross designed, but then as far as the actual physical creator into the 3D rendering, I think it said the gentleman's name was Mike Hill. I should have made myself a better note, but what a great combination. And again, just look at the reflective eyes on Spider-Man there, and we'll contrast that to something else coming up. But just what a brute, savage looking Hulk shot right there. Again, a Captain America shot not in his traditional way, but in his Earth X appearance. Just the detail on Wolverine there, the gritting of the teeth, the sinews relevant in the neck, and here's good old Doctor Doom just looking looking down the exhibit hall, casting a nasty gaze through the rest of the art museum. The thing now, see, okay, I understand in today's world we're not going to show Wolverine smoking a cigar or Ben Grimm with a cigar, but growing up, around cigar smoking people and growing up with the image of certain comics characters having a cigar to chomp on, what a classic depiction of Ben Grimm that this is right here. Let's have a couple of more. And here we go, Green Goblin. So if you can notice closely, something that Alex Ross does that not everybody does is he has like a goggles or a goggles insert over the goblin. Kind of makes sense for somebody who's going around on a glider or a flyer that, to have a goggles eye covering. But it's not a depiction I see of Green Goblin on a regular basis. Let's come back to comments. Fanboy, thanks for the question, Fanboy. So there were various sizes. The sculpts here are, I didn't really get the dimensions, but they're not tiny. I'd say they're actual size. They're human size replicas uh, uh, of the characters, and the art was various sizes from double up from a comic page to as we saw that intro Spider-Man image taking up the bulk of the wall. Now this one I think is a little bit based on the way the Spider-Man cartoon used to run, because as they transition scenes, I know you'd have a web on the top, web on the bottom, and it's just really cool to see everything here. And now we're going into some Sinister Six territory. So at first, again, talking about a well-structured, well-layered image here. So we have Electro on the one side, then the Lizard, then center you have Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, and the Sandman. So that's a head count of 5. And then as we're looking at the picture, they're reflected in the helmet of Mysterio. So the character Mysterio being the 6th, or rounding out the Sinister Six there. Again, just the layering, the creativity to how can I depict all these characters in a more unique or more creative kind of a way, and to use the reflective properties of Mysterio's helmet, I think was a spot on way to go about that. This image is also right here in the book itself. There's a good number of pages devoted to Spider-Man versus Sinister Six. And again, here's a real good close-up of those goggles or eye protectors on the Goblin and Spider-Man in battle with them. Here's a good close-up of the Lizard. And here we go. Electro has to get a little what for, a little shot in the jaw for Electro there. That's a beautiful thing. And coming up here, again, Spider-Man going against Dr. Octopus. So, I mean, it takes a while to work your way through the entirety of the Sinister Six. So, yeah, here we go. Goblin with the pumpkin bomb. It looks like Kurt Connors, the Lizard, had his formula and changed back into his human form. And then there's the Sandman also right in there. Let me jump back over to comments. Hey, man, it's all right. Groceries are important. Comics are important. Groceries are important. See, that's the thing. The exhibit came and went. So about this was an early in the summer thing. So it's already gone from the museum. Would have been better. I put this episode. Not only did I wait till the exhibit closed, but then I waited till today's Batman Day. And so on Batman Day, here I am talking about Alex Ross and Marvel things. So since the exhibit's gone, here's for those of us that couldn't make it around. Here's a recap, and I can wait to do one more comment. Just put, yeah, yeah. Things come and go, things come and go. Okay, so back here we go. Back here we go. More on the Sinister Six, and again, as are there a good number of pages out of the book. Those pages are replicated on the actual things on the wall. So again, a Human Torch in a very different realization, in a very different uh, depiction than as he was conventionally shot in some of the older comics. And as we just saw from the cover of the book, there's the Red Skull just basking in the glow of that cosmic cube. Luke Cage coming at you in 3D right there. Look at, I mean, the reflection on the tiara, the fact that the bricks are breaking as he's coming through there. That's so the energy of Luke Cage is well manifested in Alex Ross's depiction of it. Here we have a Spider-Woman shot and Storm of the X-Men. Here's another, just look at the difference in the energy from the full size within the frame to getting just a little bit closer up. So I think that's again true of the Dave Cockrum era of the X-Men. So that's a prior artist that Alex Ross definitely favors and wants to uh, keep alive and keep revisiting the Dave Cockrum influences. Here we have Doctor Strange. And again, there's a real great shot of the Goblin with the pumpkin bomb, the trail of smoke behind him. He's got one pumpkin bomb in one hand, and the other one, he's double fisting it, if you will. What a great picture of the Thing. Again, the front cover, the typical front cover of the book is there when Captain America throws his mighty shield. But again, the speed lines indicating that in Alex Ross's picture of the Mummy, the Universal's character, the Mummy, it's a little bit similar that he creates motion with the lines in the background, and it's real good stuff. Here we go. As I said, this shot of Sue Storm, to me, that's top creativity and top work to show the hand is invisible or translucent, and you can see the face through the hand. What a great shot of 70s era Sam Wilson, the Falcon. Again, just the foreshortening, the line work, the creating the illusion of flight in a still image. That's all good stuff. Doctor Doom doing what Doctor Doom does. The Colossus. Now, just again, the colors, the energy on the ready to throw a punch, it even reminiscent to the X-Men video game, but that is such a great depiction of Colossus. Let me come back over to comments, and it says here, so this, as you often contribute these artistic-minded questions to this channel and to the Fanboy Canton channel. So he flat out refuses to do digital, and he says the stated reasons are that way if somebody says to him he wants a quick correction, like from editorial, then he's going to be like, well, there is no quick correction. So I don't know if he then just on his own gets versed in digital, but just doesn't want to use it. But last I heard an interview with him, he was still sticking to conventional paper and pencil, paper and ink means to do his stuff. High quality question right there. The question is much appreciated. And Namor, we're going to close out here with Namor again. The Human Torch, the android version of the Human Torch, and Submariner and Captain America. We're back in the late 30s, early 40s, the big three of Marvel. Considered not the big names as much as the competitor on the DC side of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. However, three noteworthy contributing heroes, all the same. Let me come back over to comments, and then let's see if okay. The metallic texture is insane. I should have bookmarked it, but also similar to Colossus having insane metallic texture. Well, let me see if we can do just a little page thing here before we wrap it up. All right. So again, Giant Man on the front side, Giant Man on the back side of the book here. Okay, Giant Man and Giant Man. So yeah, I'm going to have a little tough time of it. But they show again some early Alex Ross from his youth. Here he goes, some more. So again, this and the exhibit are really, really great things. I'm trying to find that Silver Surfer shot, and oh, there you go. It didn't take me all that long. So again, now we got some glare, but again, it's really, really special stuff what he's able to do with the metallic texture character. And now note Colossus and the Surfer are at the exact same hue, so he's able to do a very similar trick, if you will, or a very similar realization of a humanoid metallic character in the best of ways. Let's come back over for thanks. Hey, so good question. It's not a Jim Campbell question. It's a Chi-Star question. I hope it will return at some point. It's definitely come and gone now. So I guess we all just got to stay tuned to Alex Ross's own YouTube channel, or I'm not sure which other ways he does updates and announcements. So yeah, it was a fun day at the museum. And since today is Batman Day, I just want to grab, and again, I gotta confess, I had no idea it was Batman Day until later on. So it would have been fitting to do a Batman episode. Some of the Batman classics available. Batman Hush, Volume 1, Volume 2 are really good. And then more recent releases, Court of Owls is some pretty amazing stuff. And well, at one point, at any point in history, you can find some Batman worth checking out. So this has been my dive into the Alex Ross Marvelocity exhibit, which was featured at the Elmhurst Museum. We will have to see if it does return or if it does not. Thanks for taking the dive in with me. Before Chi-Star D is going to ask when is the next live stream. Oh, wait. Just to see, it was just showing up. Not sure exactly when is the exact next live stream, but it'll be coming soon. And feel free to check out Casual Crafter's channel for his Mego custom work. Check out Fanboy Cantina for the virtual field trips that he's been going all around to very many interesting places. Some of them Albuquerque, some Chicago. It's some good stuff. All right, once again, thanks everybody for joining along for this dive in, and we're gonna dive back out. Have a good weekend. For those of us that are recognizing a new year today and this weekend, Happy New Year to everybody. And that's all for now. Thanks so much.